Things that grow are doing poorly. Things that eat are doing well. Probably not a bad way to kind of sum up what's going on in ag right now. Kind of cool, those acronyms, and they're in the handout, but Alice, Henry, and Herman, big impact. And especially you think about Herman, right? 10% of the population, but doing 49% of the consumer spend. Big deal. And remember, basically they're over 60, right? Not necessarily a good thing, right? Let's see. Oh, we gotta move the carb to protein ratio back to 1-to-1. Thought that was really interesting. It's currently 4-to-1. Gotta get it back there in some way, shape, or form. Liquidity is the choke point, frankly, for all agriculture, but certainly at the farm gate. Right? Do we have enough liquidity to do our thing? Remember, bankruptcy doesn't mean anything other than you can't pay your current obligations. Has nothing to do with profitability. It's all about your ability to be liquid enough to take care of your current obligations. China has invested $1.5 trillion plus in 68 countries around the world. Well, I mean, again, maybe all of you, some of you are young enough you didn't do it, but we know when we learned about communist China, if you will, in school when we were kids, remember what? There were just a couple things that you can't do, and the biggest one is you can't let them be hungry. A couple billion folks with pitchforks is a pretty formidable force, right? And so again, just something to think about. Food trends 5 years ahead in Europe and Canada than they are here in the U.S. Thought that was interesting. He said, North America, though, and this was a powerful one, and one I think we can be proponents of. He talked about, and I would certainly personally agree, it's about North America strong versus just U.S. strong. 5% of the population, but 29% of the world's economy in those three countries. We got to get better at embracing that mindset. And again, a little tough now with some of the things that we've said to our neighbors, but it'll get better. I thought this one would have gotten a round of applause. Women will own and manage 60% of all ag assets. I mean, come on. Didn't expect to hear so much about data centers. I'll tell you what, though, it is a hot topic in especially rural America. It really is. Now, here's a couple things, though. One, it does use a hell of a lot of energy, right? I mean, that is a big deal. And so where's it going to come from, right? Is that going to use my water that I really want for my crop? There's that. But data centers, solar farms, wind farms, you know who the biggest opponents are to that most of the time? Other farmers, because you know what their concern is? You're going to get that money and then you're going to go rent ground. Nobody ever talks about it, but that's kind of the big elephant in the room about energy. It's, people are, we don't want energy, more traffic. It's really much more basic than that. Talk about an emotional issue. I know what Harry's going to do. There was one just next to my home county, 900 acres. People are all over it for all the other reasons. Come to find out, the real reason was they knew what he'd do. He'd go rent 2,000 acres at a higher price than anybody else in the market could. So just so you're aware, that's going to, believe it or not, politics in rural America happens too, as you think about that. So great question.